Now you are going to learn about the functions of IMF. Bringing stability in exchange rate, correcting BOP disequilibrium, determining pair values, balancing demand and supply of currencies, reducing trade restrictions, providing credit facilities. These are all the main functions of IMF. Bringing stability in exchange rate. How they will bring the stability in exchange rate? By giving the restriction to the member countries in the multiple exchange rates. In the multiple exchange rate, how they are doing to buy or sell gold at prices in the declared pair value. In the declared pair value. Pair value means what they are already declared in the IMF. Through the IMF, what the value of the gold they declared. They declare, most probably they will declare only in the US dollar value alone. Okay va? Or gold உடைய மதிப்பு அப்படிங்கிறது how they are declaring that through the US dollar. Through the US dollar. According to that, we should do the we should buy the gold, otherwise we can able to sell the gold to maintain the stability in the exchange rate. Next, correcting BOP disequilibrium. How we may correct the BOP disequilibrium? By eliminating or minimizing. By eliminating or minimizing, we may correct the BOP disequilibrium. Okay, how we may say? We may sell or lend foreign currencies. We may sell or lend the foreign currencies to the member nation. How they are utilizing their, how they are disequilibrium, how they are doing their BOP disequilibrium, correcting the BOP disequilibrium by selling or lending currencies to the member nation. Okay, if the currency, if they need, that means the foreign currency, which country they need, to that country what they are doing, they are lending the foreign currency. Which country they doesn't want that foreign currency, from that country they are selling the foreign currency. By this way, what they are doing, the IMF doing there, they are correcting the BOP disequilibrium among the member nation. Next, determining the pair values. How they are determining the pair values? According to the articles of agreement of the IMF, every member nation should declare the pair value of its currency in terms of gold or US dollars. Every member nation, what they should do there, they should declare the pair value of its currency in terms of gold or US dollars. That means already we studied $1, $1 is equal to 75 rupees. That we are saying as a exchange rate, isn't it? Same, that exchange rate alone, yes, we are saying as a pair value. That alone we are calling it as a pair value. Okay. Under this article, IMF ensures smooth working of the international monetary system in favor of some developed countries also. Next, balancing demand and supply of currencies. How they are balancing the demand as well as the supply of currencies. Which country they are need in the foreign currency. Which country they are need in the foreign currency. For that country, what the IMF they are doing, which country they are having the surplus of foreign currency, from them they are borrowing and lending it to the demand country. They are lending it to the demand country. That means where there is a scarcity of the currency also, we may say, where there is a scarcity of the currency, to that country, actually where there is a scarcity of currency in that country, the demand also it will increase, isn't it? Where there is a supply, more supply is there, that country what they will do, they will be having the lot of currencies there, so they can't able, they doesn't know what they may do with that currency. For that purpose, what the IMF it will do, who is having the supply more currency, from that country they will borrow the money and they will lend that money to the demand country. Okay, demand, the country which having the currency demand there, they will borrow from the surplus country to demand country. Okay, surplus means what I said, so much of the things they are having, that means so much of the currency they are having. When they are having so much of currency, from them, what the IMF is doing, from them they are borrowing that currency and lending that currency to whom? There, those who are in the scarcity, those who are in the scarcity means lack. Okay, they are not having the money to do anything there. Okay, to develop the industries, to develop the agriculture, to develop their environment structure, those who are lack there without the money, for them, what the IMF doing, those who are having the more supply of the money, that means a surplus of money, the country which they are having, from them they are borrowing and they are lending to the undeveloped nation also, we may say that. IMF reducing the trade restrictions also. How they are reducing the trade restrictions? By reducing the tariffs. By reducing the tariff. Tariffs means payment. Only tariff means tax. When it's we are saying as a tariffs, it is called as a payment. Okay, it reducing the, but to reduce the payment, by reducing the payment also we may say, otherwise to reduce the payment, what the IMF is doing, it is removing the restrictions, it removing the restrictions on the trade. Okay, it removing the restrictions on the trade to avoid the discriminating practices, to avoid the discriminating partiality practices. To avoid the partiality practices, IMF what it's doing there, it removing the restrictions on the trade. By the way, they may help the country which country they are not having the surplus of the money, that means where the demand of money is there, to that country to develop their economical level, the IMF what it's doing there, it's reducing the payments as well as it removing the restrictions on the trade to avoid the discriminating practices. Discriminating means what I told, partiality practices. Okay, next, providing credit facilities. How they are providing the credit facilities? Actually they are providing the credit facilities, already I told, from they are borrowing from the different countries, those who are developed there, from them they are borrowing the money and they are lending the money and helping the poor countries also, lending for by giving the money also we may say, otherwise by lending the money to the countries which they are in need. Okay, these credit facilities offered by it include basic credit facility, extended fund facility for a period of 3 years. Okay, compensatory financing facility and structural adjustment facility. How they are providing, only they are saying, okay, well, credit facilities how they are offering there, like that alone they said for 3 years they are extending it up to 3 years, that credit facility. The functions of the IMF are grouped under 3 heads: financial, regulatory, consultative. Financial, it assists to correct short and medium term deficit in the balance of payment. Next, through the regulatory, code of conduct, and consultative, they are giving the counseling and technical consultancy, how to develop the undeveloped countries, otherwise the lower developed countries, and also they are developing the that means the country which is in the middle path, for that countries also they are giving the counseling, how to improve their economical level, IMF is giving the counseling to the lower developed countries as well as the middle developed countries also may say, otherwise upper developing countries also. Okay.